Brandon has teamed up with his dietitian, Jen Brocksterman, to further promote the London health movement. She wants to educate people on how to combine a healthy diet with exercise. Protesters have settled in at camp in Victoria Park. They have even set up a makeshift kitchen, taking turns cooking. They are living and sleeping outdoors with nothing but blankets to keep them warm. Justin Bardowell is a local business owner who has joined the Occupation London movement. He explains why he and his fellow protesters are there.
So we're here to basically let people know that we feel changes are required, and quite frankly that we could be doing things better.
But in the meantime, Occupy London needs to solve a smaller problem. Despite widespread support from the London community, protesters are still faced with one challenge: the lack of access to washrooms. The city has closed the washrooms from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Protesters say some city workers leave the washrooms open for a couple extra hours at night, but that's not enough. Joseph Carroll says they need an alternative option.
Hopefully getting the porta potty for it, but one for a growing number of people here. So,
despite the setback, protesters plan on camping out indefinitely. For Western News, I'm Leia Smoudianis.
The children issue was so blatant and obvious.
Michelle Boyce is one of the biggest activists in the transgender community in London. Apart from running her support group at the Alphabet Community Centre, she's also a radio host on CHRW discussing transgender issues on the air. Boyce launched a formal human rights complaint against the Trails End Market. This is not her first case. She's done this many times.
I spend most nights crying myself to sleep. The horrors that people tend to put against trans people tend to be pretty big issues, and I mean, trans people are just trying to make their way in the world.
It's a sad situation, but Boyce believes there's hope in London.
From an early age, boys are exposed to the media's portrayal of the masculine body. The sculpted body represented on TV and in advertising is becoming the ideal look for many young men. But for the young men who can't achieve this look, growing up can be tough. Kyle Standert knows what it's like being a kid who doesn't meet this athletic ideal.
With the self-conscious one and stuff like that, and I never really wanted to pitch the idea to go swimming in the swimming pool. And
now a model, Kyle still struggles with his image. Being judged on his appearance by others is a part of the job. But what really contributes to his insecurities are his own thoughts. Kyle says casting calls can be damaging to his confidence.
So you go and you literally walk into a room with like 20 other people who look like you, or like have like some say like your similar features, but they'll have something better, or like they'll have something you don't, and it's like always this mental thing, like, oh, well, I'm not gonna get this job because that guy's is taller than me, or like that guy's hair is a little bit longer. So it's like that's where their kind of mental thing really gets to you.
Being in an industry that is entirely based on image, Kyle feels the pressure to achieve the ideal male body he did not have as a younger man. It is common for men to go through the same thing as Kyle. Researcher Michael Keller says poor male body image often starts in adolescence. Michael has found poor body image sticks with men throughout their lives.
For many of them, they aren't getting over it. They retain those memories, and those memories are painful and they're hurtful, and they carry them with them, long into their adulthood.
As an adult, Kyle has figured out ways to cope with his poor body image.
I'm not going to sit there and tell my friends, hey, I'm insecure about this, and this. It's like, if they know, they know. Then, like, yeah, I'll talk about it, joke about it, laugh about it, any way to kind of just, deal with it. And then there's other ones, like, you deal with, like, personally and stuff. So you don't have to go telling everybody all your insecurities, but it is always good to just know what they are and kind of embrace them and deal with them and try to make them better.
For Western News, I'm Leia Smoudianis. The road race, taking place on August 21st, starts and finishes at Masonville Place. With local support, Brandon wants to make London a marathon destination.
We have tons of buses taking people to Boston, to Cleveland, but I want people coming to London. So I met with Mayor Fontana and kind of pitched the idea of saying, we want 30,000 people in a road race, 50,000 people.
Brandon is also helping local students at the University of Western Ontario. As the assistant coach of the cross-country team, Brandon is able to help young runners.
I think that he's definitely a great asset to the team. He has definitely a lot of passion for the sport, and he has a lot of great experience. I think all that combined, he just really has a lot to offer.
Most of all, Brandon offers motivation and support. Between training, organizing the run, and coaching at Western, it's hard to believe that Brandon has any spare time. But in every free moment he gets, he works on his website, therunnersfeed.com. Through his website, Brandon further promotes the running lifestyle in London. He offers his readers training tips, product reviews, and recipes. For Western News, I'm Leia Smoudianis.